What's going on, everybody? Welcome back once again. This is ViZion TV. I'm your host, Mr. Jenkins. You already know what it is, man. Nothing but the best guests in store for y'all. We're live once again. We coming from the ATL, A-Town, man. What's good, man? Atlanta, Georgia, man. Glad to be back. We got another great guest with us, man. We were supposed to link up a little while ago, man. Schedules got kind of crossed, but I'm back in the city and we made it happen, man. I got a good brother right here, man. Brantley Simmons, man. He's an educator, positive brother, man. He's got a lot of good stuff going on. He started out his teaching career down in Dougherty County in Albany, Georgia, with the Dougherty County public school system, but he's up here in Atlanta now. He's doing his thing. He also has his own nonprofit organization that he's founded called K.I.N.G.S Inspiring Knowledge. I'm sorry. Yeah. I said K.I.N.G.S. K.I.N.G.S is the acronym. I'm sorry. Yeah. Right. Knowledge inspiring the next generation of success.
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. All right. So as always, I like to give my guests a little minute, to kind of tell us about themselves. So if you could just tell the people, who you are, man, like where you're from. Just tell us a little bit about Mr. Simmons. Mr. Simmons, right?
To elaborate on what my brother Chris said, my name is Brantley Simmons. I'm an educator. I'm a father. I'm a husband. I'm a brother. I'm a son. I'm basically a fighter for those who are oppressed. I started my education career. Matter of fact, I met Chris in some of the educational classes that I took in Albany, Georgia, and Albany State University.
The unsinkable.
Wait, let's get it straight.
Unsinkable.
We talking about the old school ASU.
Old ASU. Right.
Yes, old ASU. I pray some of you all still got some of that flavor, but met at ASU, graduated in 2013, started my teaching career at Southside Middle School. Did 2 years at Southside, touched a lot of hearts, made a lot of long-lasting memories. Actually saw the rezoning, how it's become the business. I have a program, like you said, I have a program called K.I.N.G.S Inspiring the Next Generation. I attempted to start it down there in Albany, but I just couldn't get the support that was needed. So, I did a year in APS. APS is somewhat of the same way as Dougherty County. Everything's so political now.
Right.
And they really see these children as property. Yes, I did say that. But after that, went to Clayton County, where I'm currently at, doing the same thing. Those who are oppressed, always and forever for the South Side.
No doubt, always and forever. Right. So, tell me, how long did you know that education was something that you wanted to go into? Because it seems like you're really passionate about what you do. Anybody that knows this man knows that he's really passionate about what he does. So, tell me, how long have you known that this was something that you wanted to do? That this was your call?
Well, I would say education is the field that I want to go into. I realized that calling when just throughout my own educational career. One thing that my father always told me, he was like, always strive to be the best.
Right.
I attempted to do sports. I really wasn't the most athletic.
Wish I was a little bit something.
But seventh grade didn't make the basketball team. I was crying, man. I was like, not crying. But my dad, he really had to drop that seed on me. He was like, why are you trying to do something that's so easily attainable that's not going to be obtained by many? And he really got me thinking, and he really made me be able to accept he really helped me, understand that it's okay to be different.
Right.
Which
I think a lot of young people are scared of nowadays.
Right.
Be different and be themselves. Right.
But, I always strove to be the best in all of my classes, from elementary to even high school, AP honor roll, so forth and so on. But then when I got to Albany State, I learned that grades really don't mean nothing. I made all these good grades throughout school, but I ain't really learned nothing.
Right.
It's easy to make a good grade, but it's kind of difficult to think. The one thing that ASU helped me do was, it was like, wow, like they really challenging me to think. So I wanna challenge other people to think. And that's what really introduced me into education. The majority of my family members, from my mother, like majority of the matriarchs in my family, they're in education, from school counseling to education to my father even having his own mentoring program back in the day. But I always wanted to do something that could spark the mind.
Right.
And education is, I don't know, like we always talk about fashion and music but education is an art itself. I have a good time because I never forget that first and foremost I'm an artist. And I create these lesson plans. Just to try and educate them on a whole different level. So
I like how you put that though. It's definitely an art, right? Trying to figure out how to capture people. You know what I mean, and get that attention. Right. Tell me a little bit about the Atlanta public school system versus the Albany public school system. If you could just kind of elaborate, I heard you say earlier, that, the whole school system has become so political and it's like a numbers game, property and who has the best numbers and that kind of thing. So could you kind of elaborate on that? Like, what are some similarities you've kind of seen between the two?
Well, I'll say this. Last year I was in APS. And one of my students, this will bring everything into retrospect, from like Doherty County to even APS. But one of my students has said that, Mr. Simmons, that the person who's over this school, they said that they don't do nothing but sell our tests. So at the end of the day, like that says, that basically says what the school system is coming. It's coming like, I'm gonna sell these test scores. It's like in some other dimension, like the Hunger Games, like this person is gonna be successful, this person is not gonna be successful based on their grades, based off of this person is gonna be a good prisoner.
Statistics.
Right, statistics. So, once again, I feel some kind of way about APS and Doherty County. I feel some kind of way about all the school systems because it's all like a data game. You know what I mean? It's a data game, but we're not really doing the key thing that we're missioned to do here, which is, educating these young people. Not what to think, but how to think. You know what I mean? Like not institutionalizing them, not being a numbers game, not being, and we watched 13 in my classroom once before, and some of the.
What was that like?
Oh man, like it's interesting because they're like, hey, Mr. Simmons, that same company right there that makes the prison food, they make the school food. And I'm like, that's why y'all don't enjoy eating. I'm like, that's why, it's like you shining light on so many different dark areas, and I just feel like Doherty County and APS, like they, I don't know, they're straying away from actually seeing these individuals as like human beings,
Right.
And it's so sad that all of the resources have to go up north, and we have to actually try experiments, being them social experiments on these young children who don't have a choice and to say so.
Right.
You know, they're still trying to determine who the hell they are. It's not an academic problem. Like, let's get that straight.
Yeah.
It's not an academic problem. I hate when they try and put that bandage on there. It's not an academic problem, but these students, they lack self-identity. They don't know who they are. They lack self-esteem. They don't have nobody motivating them. They lack self-discipline. That's why I'm sexually just out of control. And they have lack of self-respect. That's why when I come out, you know, I tell them that this is your calling card. So the way you come out, that's the way people are going to perceive you.
Right.
Like, without even having a conversation with you. So, you know, I just feel as though that it's just a numbers game, man. And you know, it's taking away a lot of opportunities from the Southside students. Like, I really heard about Southside Middle School, but I kind of knew that was going to happen.
And he's referring to Southside Middle School down in Albany, Georgia.
Yeah.
You know, it's just recently been, you know, revealed to the public that they will be closing down. For anybody that's familiar with Albany, Georgia, Southside Middle School has been a staple center
It's been a staple for the Southside.
Yes, it's been a staple center of learning for the Southside of Albany for, you know, and it's just a sad thing. But I like what you're doing, though, to try and combat what these students are being faced with, you know, in these school systems, you know, with your nonprofit organization, K.I.N.G.S. If you could you elaborate on K.I.N.G.S a little bit and tell us a little bit more about that, you know, what y'all are trying to do and trying to get across, you know, to the students, and not only the students, to the parents of the students as well, because y'all are very vital in this process. You know what I mean?
Man, like, I can't even get, like, King, that's my heart right there. One thing, you know, it's this old African proverb, and they say, if you want to check on the status of the village, check on the children.
Right.
You know what I mean? So this program is a program that was a brainchild that happened, that birthed itself when I was in Albany State, my junior year of college. Came up with the acronym, so forth and so on, and it's like actually came to fruition, or it germinated fully this year, because I met this other young brother who already had the program. We went to Albany State together. Albany State breeds greatness. Albany State breeds greatness. Like, don't get that twisted. I've had so many connections with so many Albany State Rams. I feel like Albany is a special place.
Yeah.
Like, and I pray that it remains a special place. I pray that, but the program, it just.
What's your man's name though? Give him
He's Juan Moore.
Right.
He's a Kappa. That does anything, you know.
Hey, my uncle's a Kappa, man. Shout out to the Kappas, man.
Yeah. But great dude. We met. Changed the acronym of the actual program, because he already had the program. It was the same acronym, so we just put the program together and just changed the acronym. Right. So. Change to the knowledge, influence, and the next generation success, because it's all about the next generation. That's how they always get us, because they always shoot for that younger generation. They always have an agenda for that younger generation.
Kids.
Always do. They always start young. That's why Jesus loved the little children. So we just give them the opportunity to be in a positive, safe haven. We do monthly breakfasts for the community. The person who cooks it, the previous chef for the breakfasts, he was from Albany State once again.
Okay.
Albany State, I'm telling you. But we do breakfasts, we do monthly seminars, we do sessions. We're all about parent involvement. We want the knowledge that we give the young men. We want that conversation not just to extinguish itself after the mental necessity is over, but take it home and let's create this dialogue. Let's put away the cell phones. Let's cut off the television. Let's put away these devices that get our attention, and let's focus on the real matter at hand. Right. We've taken the young men to Morehouse Homecoming, showing them culture, showing them black men in something different than what they expect in the general norm, especially for Clayton County. We've taken them to the Civil and Human Rights Museum. They did a very good job there, to the point they want to partner up with us. Right.
It's a good look.
Right. So we taught them about themselves, and now we're currently teaching them about, you know, just things that matter in the world. We're teaching them about social issues. We're teaching them about the levels of government. Last month was political month. The month before that was Black History Month. This month right here, we're giving them the opportunity to create a Shark Tank, teaching them about their money, teaching them about credit, teaching them about things that really matter.
Right.
You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, like it really gets me irritated when people say that there's not enough resources to go around. It's like, no, it is enough resources to go around. But at the end of the day, you all just don't see that.
You don't see it.
So we try to expose those things to the young men in the program. Is it easy? No, it's not easy. Especially when you're dealing with males, you have the butting of the head, so forth and so on. But we just try to, right, the ego.
Gotta
the
check
ego
the
is
ego,
something
yeah,
else.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But we just try to tell them that, we're here for them.
Right.
At the end of the day, we can't judge you all because, we've been through the same things. We were tempted by them gangs. We were tempted to do this and that. We were tempted by that girl. But after you overcome them things, you like really level up.
Right.
And you see how your friends begin to fall off, and you're like, dang, like that could have been me.
Could have been me.
So it's only right that we take the information and the experiences that we've been through and just give back.
Right. I think that they're really catching on to it though. It makes me think of that story you told me, a little while ago when we were off camera, where you saying we all were teaching about the finance aspect of it, and you said one of the young men was so intrigued by it, and it grabbed his attention so much to the point where he took it home with what he had learned with you guys. He actually was able to explain it to his mom, and you said you wound up actually teaching the class one day.
Yeah, but you know what? This is the crazy thing because man, like I really, this is one of my favorite quotes right here by Harriet Tubman. She was like, I freed 1,000 slaves, and she was like, I could have freed
some more.
I could have freed some more if only they
didn't
knew
know.
slaves.
Yeah.
A lot of these children, they've really done bought into, the systematic agenda. My mama, they being taken care of by the state. We cool, we eating, we good. I'm cool. So like what you're saying, Mr. Simmons, and it really doesn't matter because sometimes they don't even have a resource like a man at home. So therefore, we first and foremost got to rebuild trust. But it's like I don't even care what you're talking about right now. We're being taken care of, but like these young men, it was 4 young men, and they all in the K.I.N.G.S program. They attempted to teach their class, and like nobody really paying attention. I'm like, well, they not paying attention, so you all can go ahead and pursue this. Like you all can go ahead and make more. You all can go ahead and do this. Like yesterday, they had a fundraiser, and we gave them they got the whole fundraiser together. They got the purchase of the food they had, and we were teaching them about like how much money you're actually making as a profit. They made a profit. Their goal was $100, but they came in a little bit short. And I know they're gonna be hurt when we tell them on Wednesday. They came in a little bit short with $69, but it's still good that they want to obtain that knowledge. And they're like, oh man, I can do this. I don't have to just be a good athlete, or I can be an engineer, I can be an artist, or I can be a father, or I could be a teacher, or I could be a doctor, or I could be a judge, or I could be a policeman. But it's just about shining light, man. It's just about shining light. Even for the boys who gang affiliated, I'm like, hey, why don't y'all take care of the community? I'm like, y'all already out here. Like, why don't y'all take care of the community instead?
Which is what it was really intended for.
Yeah.
Supposed to be back in the day when it was first started. Like, it was supposed to be an outreach to kind of like take care of the community, a group of brothers that patrol the neighborhood and make sure things were in line. Right.
And from what we were talking about outside, I know that Albany is going through a lot right now, and I know that gang violence and maybe just violence period may be on the rise, but if you don't give people nothing, what you expect?
What you expect, right?
Really what you expect.
Honestly, yeah.
Like if you want to change the content of a person, change the environment.
Exactly.
It's not a hard equation, but then you have these people in these positions who are supposed to be looking out for the greater good. They ain't doing nothing.
Yeah.
Like they ain't doing nothing. Like real talk, they're not doing nothing, but then you'll turn on the news and you'll hear some foolishness, but you won't hear about like me or your situation where we're doing something positive, or where a black man taught this student out of suicide. You know what I mean? And these children, they feel the effect of it. Like they feel the effect. Like suicide rates, suicide attempts are going up. They feel the effects of it. So when is enough enough? That's my question. Like when is enough enough? Like when is I can't reiterate this question enough, but when is enough enough?
Man, so what's next for you and King, to try and end this thing? I guess you could say, like,
expansion, man. Like just expansion. you know, if you read the book The Art of War by your boy Sun Tzu, you know, it's all about strategy. You know what I mean? So I can sit here and talk about what we're gonna do, but you know, I'd much rather just show people what we're gonna do. So you know, like, it's all about strategy,
no doubt,
espionage, and deception.
No doubt.
You know, once you realize that this is not real, it's a game, that's when you can play it and you can beat it.
No doubt.
But you always gotta expect that change. So you know, you always gotta be like not 2 steps ahead. You gotta be light years ahead of it.
No doubt, man. Brother, I appreciate you
for
coming through, man. I appreciate you, man. No doubt, man. Once again, man, this has been ViZion TV. My man, Brantley Simmons, man. No doubt, man. Okay, y'all see it. Yeah, man, how can the people reach you, by the way, before we wrap it? How can the people reach you, get in contact with you, you know, about K.I.N.G.S, you know, if y'all want to support this, man? Because this is very well, this needs to be supported. You know, this is a good organization. I mean,
you can
all the help they can get.
Follow us. Once again, you can follow us, but I really tell people you helping us lead by following us. You can follow us on Instagram at crownswehave. If you would like to email us at crownswehave@gmail.com. You can hit up my beautiful, first and foremost, before I say this, not my secretary, but my wife / secretary at you know, for any engagement at 404-884-5794. And you can also follow my co-director, Juan Moore. He's an author. He has a great book. Go to Amazon, check it out. Change is progression, and progression is growth. You know, I always got to put you in there, Juan.
No doubt.
Hopefully I did a good job with this without you. But yeah, man, that's all we got going on.
No doubt, man. Right. ViZion TV, man. Mr. Jenkins, Brantley Simmons. Once again, man, don't just see that vision, be that vision, man.
Everybody stand up, get crunk. Still keep doing the round book. I saw that foolishness. Y'all fix that, please.
Till next time, man. We out, man. Peace.
Like,
man, it's crazy. Like,
you can't run.
Nah,
you can't run. You gotta walk. Like I tell people, kings walk. Like.